One of life's most profound lessons came to me through aviation. But before sharing this story, I want you to know that I believe that building a meaningful, fulfilling life is practically impossible without understanding this crucial element: total responsibility. Let me start with a simple scene. At a party, a woman dancing with her husband says, "Honey, you stepped on my foot." And he responds, "Dear, it's your fault. You put your foot under my shoe." Sound familiar? People kind of deflecting responsibility. We often hear similar responses in our personal and professional lives. Years ago, as a student pilot, I learned this lesson the hard way. In aviation, there is a fundamental practice. It's called the 360. It's a thorough pre-flight inspection. You have to go around your aircraft and check everything visible: landing gear, tire pressure, accessible screws, cables, control surfaces, and critical fuel levels. We never trust the cockpit gauges. Well, after all, your life depends on it. Anyway, one ordinary morning, after completing my 360, I noticed the plane needed fuel. I instructed a hangar assistant to fill the tanks while I stepped inside briefly. Upon returning, I saw he had finished, so I proceeded with my pre-flight routine and began taxiing toward the parallel runway. Suddenly, I received this urgent call from my instructor: "Return to platform. Hotel Kilo 2119 India, return to platform." Well, I headed back, and at the hangar, I found the school director, Captain Louis Cadavid. Captain Louis Cadavid was very dear to me, but he was looking at me with this stern disappointment. "Check your plane," he ordered. Despite my protests that I had already done so, well, he insisted. When I climbed to check the wing tanks, my heart sank. The fuel caps were missing. The implications for this thing are terrifying. While harmless on the ground, in flight, the air pressure would have sucked out all the fuel. I would have crashed in a residential area within minutes. My immediate reaction was, of course, to blame the hangar assistant. But Captain Cadavid asked me three simple questions that changed my life. Who is the pilot of this aircraft? Who would have died if those caps weren't in place? Then, who's responsible for the fuel caps? The hangar assistant or the aircraft's pilot? Well, he suspended me for 3 weeks, saying, "You won't fly until you truly learn this lesson, young man, if you ever aspired to be a pilot." That day, I learned about true responsibility, the ability to respond and take charge. I needed to take ownership of every detail, every screw, cable, surface, and especially those pesky fuel caps. This lesson transformed my understanding of personal responsibility, of personal accountability. Today, I invite you to take complete charge of life, your life. While others may be involved in various situations, ultimate responsibility lies with us. When someone doesn't take charge of their responsibilities, they burden others unfairly, compromising results. In any organization, when individuals do what they should and do it right the first time, they demonstrate maturity, reliability, and good management and good judgment. Whether we are raising children, leading a community organization, or working in a multinational corporation, taking charge is essential. From this moment forward, I invite you, I challenge you, for us to take complete responsibility in every scenario of our lives. We are in charge of our lives, our actions, our family, our organizations, and our impact on the world. Let's simply take charge. This is one of the most powerful ways to reclaim our personal power. And I do thank you for reflecting on this lesson with me. And I'll see you in the next one.